God says, be careful, for while your heart remains pure and innocent, there are those close to you whose intentions may not be as transparent. Protect your energy and trust that your spirit knows when something doesn't feel right. In the quiet of your heart, you may feel peace and goodness, but don't be deceived. God warns us that sometimes those who seem closest may be the ones who take advantage of your trust and vulnerability. Stay aware, stay grounded. God's love for you is unconditional, but he also teaches you the wisdom to protect your innocence. Beware of those who smile in your face, but secretly use your kindness for their own gain. You are innocent in your thoughts and actions, yet not everyone around you may share the same intentions. God warns you to stay vigilant, for the person closest to you could be using you without your awareness. In your search for love, trust, and connection, remember that God says to be cautious. Not everyone who is close to you carries the same purity of heart. Sometimes even the most trusted can use you to fulfill their own desires. God's love is limitless, but he also teaches you the importance of boundaries. Your innocence is a gift, but those who may be close to you can sometimes use it against you if you are not careful. Trust the guidance of your inner spirit. While you remain kind and innocent, be careful of those who seek to take advantage of your openness. God speaks through your intuition to help protect your heart. Innocence is a beautiful thing, but it can make you vulnerable. Be aware that there are people close to you who may be using your goodness for their own selfish motives. God says to protect your heart and stay vigilant. God says while you carry a pure heart, be mindful of those around you. Not everyone who seems close to you is working with the same intention. Some may use your kindness and innocence for their own advantage. In this journey of life, God asks you to protect your heart. Though you walk with purity, be cautious of the hidden motives of those around you. Not everyone close to you wishes you well. Your innocence is not a weakness, it's a strength. But God warns that there are people who will try to exploit it for their benefit. Stay close to his wisdom, and he will guide you away from harm. Though your heart is filled with love and good intentions, God reminds you that not all those who are near you are coming from a place of purity. Some may use your innocence as a way to manipulate you. Be cautious, for while you may walk in light, there are shadows near you. God warns that there are those who might use your innocent nature to further their own purposes. Stay strong in his protection. God speaks to your heart, reminding you that while you carry purity within you, the people around you may not always do the same. Some may use your trust for their own gain. Keep your spirit guarded. In your innocence, you may believe in the goodness of everyone around you, but God reminds you to be wise. There are those who are only near to manipulate and use your energy for their own needs. Trust in God's protection, but also trust the signals he gives you. Your innocence makes you a beautiful soul, but it can also make you a target for those who wish to take advantage. God sees your heart, and he knows your purity, but he also wants you to be aware of those who come into your life with hidden motives, using your goodness for personal gain. Stay vigilant and trust his guidance. God's love for you is pure, but he knows the world is not always kind. While you carry innocence, be mindful of those who may use it to manipulate or control. Your heart deserves respect. In your innocence, you may trust those around you too easily, but God says be careful. There are those close to you who are watching for opportunities to use your kindness for their own benefit. You are a beacon of light, and your purity is a blessing. However, God warns that there are those who may want to dim that light for their own benefit. Stay vigilant, protect your energy, and listen to his guidance. God warns us that innocence can be both a gift and a vulnerability. Be careful of those who may be close to you, for not all are worthy of your trust. Their intentions may be to use you for their own gain. Though your heart remains untainted, God asks you to protect yourself from those who seek to take advantage of your goodwill. There are people close to you who may be using your purity for their own purposes. In the realm of love and kindness, God asks you to be careful. While your heart may be pure, there are those who will take advantage of your vulnerability. Trust in his protection and listen to your inner voice. God speaks to your spirit, urging you to stay cautious. Innocence is a beautiful thing, but there are people in your life who may want to take advantage of your goodness and kindness. Stay alert and trust his wisdom. You walk with a pure heart, and God's love surrounds you. But not all who are near you share the same intentions. Be aware of those who may use your innocence for their own desires. Your heart is a reflection of God's love, but not all hearts around you are filled with the same purity. God says to be cautious of those who are close to you, for some may use your innocence against you. God's love is a shield, but you must still stay aware. While you remain innocent and pure, some people close to you may use your trust for their own purposes. Protect your heart and stay grounded in faith. Even in your innocence, God warns you to be mindful. There are those who may disguise themselves as friends or family, but in reality, they are using your purity for their own selfish gain. Though your heart is filled with love, be cautious. God says there are people close to you who may seek to manipulate you, using your innocence for their personal agendas. Stay alert and keep your spirit strong. God's voice is always guiding you. While your innocence is a gift, be cautious of those who may try to take advantage of your pure heart. Not everyone who is close to you deserves your trust. Your innocence is your light, but there are shadows near you. God warns you to be aware, for there are people who may seek to use your purity for their own needs. Trust in Him to protect your spirit. In the purity of your heart, be mindful of those around you. God says not everyone who claims to be close to you has your best interests at heart. Stay grounded in His love and wisdom. You are a vessel of innocence and light, but there are those who may try to steal your energy. God asks you to be careful and trust the wisdom He provides to navigate those who wish to use you. God asks you to keep your heart open, but also to stay wise. Not all those who come close are pure in their intentions. Some may try to manipulate your innocence for their own gain. Innocence does not mean weakness. God's love makes you strong, but He also urges you to stay vigilant, as there are those who may use your purity against you. Guard your heart and trust His protection. Though you walk in love and purity, God says be careful. The people around you may not always have your best interests at heart, and some may be using you for their own selfish purposes. God's love fills your heart with light, but He also speaks to you of caution. There are those close to you who may be using your innocence to manipulate or control you. Stay aware and trust His guidance. Your innocence is a treasure, but not all who see it appreciate it. God says to be careful of those around you, for some may be close, only to take advantage of your goodness. In your innocence, you may trust everyone around you, but God reminds you to stay aware. There are those who, though close, may not have the same pure intentions as you. You are innocent in your heart, but there are those who would use that against you. God speaks to your soul, warning you to be cautious of those around you who may seek to manipulate your kindness. God's love for you is infinite, but He also gives you wisdom. While you remain pure and trusting, be cautious of those who may be close to you for the wrong reasons. You carry innocence within, but God says beware. There are those in your life who will use that purity to their advantage. Trust in Him to guide your steps and protect your heart. Your heart is filled with love, but not everyone is worthy of that love. God warns you to be cautious, for some close to you may be using your innocence to fulfill their own desires. God sees your purity and protects your heart, but He also gives you the wisdom to discern those who seek to take advantage of your trust. Stay aware of those around you who might not have pure intentions. Though you remain innocent in your ways, God says to protect your heart. Some people close to you are not coming from a place of love, but of self-interest. Stay vigilant and trust in His protection.